You mentioned in the notes too, wanting to chat, digital presence versus realtor direct as a growth strategy. Do you have any, I guess, new or current thoughts on growing through digital means versus kind of the tried and true bang the phones, call realtors?
So with our business, like we've been around for a long time, like the mid 80s, right? My dad started the company. Like we've been here in Central Florida for a very long time, right? So we have a good footprint. But like, I mean, not many of the agents that used us back in the 90s, right, are still around or they're using us. I mean, there's a handful of them, right, that just love us. So it's constantly acquiring new customers. And because we've been around so long, we've got a very long-standing website. We've got good SEO. Like we're number one on all of our key terms. You know, we've got like 1,300 plus Google ratings at 5 stars. So like we've just saturated the market from like an SEO standpoint, that when you have those customers that don't go with their realtor's referral, which, you know, nowadays millennials, like people just, they don't, there's a lot of them that do, but there's a lot of them that want to find their own people, right? They don't want the influence of the realtor. So because of our kind of saturation of the SEO world, we have a good position to pick up a lot of people, whether it's through Yelp. You know, it's going to be different for every market, right? Yelp, Facebook, whatever, paid advertising. We don't do any pay-per-click right now, but organic traffic, local search, Google posts, whatever that looks like, right? Making yourself visible on all fronts is helpful, and it brings in customers, which then brings us to the table with the realtor that we may not have worked with before. And that realtor, Susie Smith with Remax, now is in front of us, and she realizes, man, my inspector doesn't do this, or he doesn't use thermal, or whatever, whatever that kind of differentiating point is. That's always been helpful for us, is the digital side of things. And I was just looking at our numbers, depending on how you shake everything out, like we're somewhere in the 20 to 30% range for online traffic, as far as like
Beautiful.
people giving us referrals and saying, hey, I found you online by myself. The realtors is another portion of the pie. But I have some companies that I've heard that they're like 90% realtor referrals, and it's not sustainable, and it puts you in a kind of a weaker position, I think, from like a marketing and just inspection lead standpoint, because you're hoping that you don't piss off the realtor and make them upset, and then now there goes all half of your inspections. So having that, and like we did this with our pod, like I meet with a group of home inspectors, kind of local guys, every week, and looking at different strategies around SEO and stuff. And like I showed them all our stuff, and like all of our stuff is really pristine in the sense that like we go and we update everything, right? Like Angie's List, Yelp, like even if we're not getting a lot of traffic in there, it's like it's important for me to show up well in whatever area that is, so that
Right.
if you have that homeowner going to Angie's List, that we look clean there, right? Like we look great. We've got 70 plus reviews, they're 5 star, like we're active on there. And so having that available across the board has been really helpful, because I know some people just focus on one avenue. Maybe it's Google reviews, right? But then they scroll down in their little knowledge panel and it shows Facebook, a 2 star rating because they only have 2 reviews, and one of them is a 1 star and one's a 3. Like just making sure that you're keeping track of all that stuff is so helpful. And then honestly, putting out content consistently so that Google comes back to you and you're touching on local issues. Like my mold company, one of our biggest blog traffic increasers during the pandemic was, do I have mold in my face mask? Right. So I created this
Mm,
blog on, can I get mold growing in my face mask? And so like, that's been huge for us as far as traffic. It's the
awesome.
silliest thing, but it was a term that I kept seeing coming up when you start typing mold and, like in your little
Yeah.
Google search. So just creating content like that. And there's a lot of guys in the IAB community that do it probably better than I do. But, just having a really clean, visible profile online in whatever category that is, whether it's paid or unpaid. SEO is kind of changing all the time too. So strategies that worked 5 years ago don't work now. So we just try to do the fundamentals, and we do it really well,
So you do the writing. So you write.
No, so yeah, I don't want to take credit for it. So what we do is we have a company that uses that we use
Hmm.
to write the blogs, and then
Hmm.
I have my own internal SEO person that does our website. He goes in and doctors it up, right? So we'll get, like,
Beautiful.
let's say we purchase a 500-word blog or 1,000-word blog or 1,500-word blog, then we go in and we saturate it with our local key terms and maybe something else. But we approve the article title. we make sure that it's kind of something that we want to talk about and that's trending, and then we doctor it up for us.
Love that you have an in-house person. I always advocate for that around the 5-10 inspector mark of like, you have to have someone that knows writing, knows SEO, that can kind of help curate these blog posts. Very cool.
Hi everyone, this is Louis from Spectora. I'm going to put 3 links down in the description below. The first link is for you if you like Spectora, but maybe you just have a couple questions. You can schedule a 15-minute discovery call with someone from our client success team to make sure that Spectora is a great fit for you. It is, by the way. If you're ready to dive in and start using the app, the second link is for our free trial. With the average cost of a home inspection, that's a couple $1,000s that you'll pocket before you pay us a dime. And the third link is for our Spectora Jumpstart program. If you're a brand new home inspector, you probably need a website, or maybe you have a website that you just kind of threw up real quick and you're not super thrilled with it. In the Jumpstart program, we'll make you a great website based on feedback from you to make sure that it reflects your business, your market, and you. We'll optimize it for search engines, and we'll put an online scheduler on your website too, so you can spend less time on the phone and more time out in the field working. We'll also bundle it with a full year of the Spectora app, and we'll do it at a great price too. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you check out other videos on this channel, and take care.